In 1927, a group of Presbyterian clergy and laymen in northern Indiana began planning a ministry for older adults by establishing a retirement community in the area. James Peabody, a retired industrialist from North Manchester who was then living in California, soon became interested in the project because he had a dream to establish a refuge for elderly people in Indiana as a memorial to his beloved late wife, Estelle. James suggested to the Presbyterian group's chairman, the Reverend Edmund Lindsay, that they merge efforts, and the Reverend's positive response set things in motion. James asked his son Thomas, who was serving as president of the family's North Manchester business, Peabody Furniture Company, to handle negotiations. James Peabody offered land and a building on the former fairgrounds in North Manchester as a gift if a board of trustees from the Presbyterian Synod assumed the responsibility for administration and maintenance of the proposed home. In 1931, the donated building, now known as South House, was transferred to the Presbyterian Synod, and the Estelle Peabody Memorial Home opened in North Manchester. Construction of other buildings through the years has expanded the Peabody retirement community on its 33-acre campus. When James Peabody died, his son Thomas constructed the chapel and memorial tower in his parents' memory, dedicating those structures in 1937. A mirror image of the first donated building was then constructed to provide rooms for the increasing number of residents in 1938. It was known as North House. As residents began to live longer lives, a healthcare wing became necessary, and it was dedicated in 1957 to Thomas Peabody and his wife Mary. Other wings were added in 1960 and 1970 as growth continued. And in 1978, an additional wing added 40 beds to healthcare. A central nurses station was added to the health center in 1987 through the generosity of North Manchester family Don and Billy Strauss as a memorial to their parents. The stately Peabody Memorial Tower on campus is a symbol of strength and represents the strong foundation on which the Peabody retirement community is built. It is constructed of Indiana limestone and granite and features bronze ornamental grille work. 3 generations of Peabodys are interred in a mausoleum at the base of the tower. The tower required renovation in 1994, and Peabody resident Betty Crum generously funded the work. Then Peabody trustee Lee Morris stated, "The tower renovation is a leap of faith. It is part of passing on our promise, fulfilling our obligation to the Peabody family, and getting things ready for the next generation." And new generations brought more additions to the Peabody community. As demand grew for independent living units, garden homes were constructed on the campus between 1984 and 1993. First came 22 two-bedroom homes with attached garages, and another 35 one- and two-bedroom apartments were constructed and filled with new residents within a year. The grand brick home on campus had been the director's residence since it was built by Thomas Peabody in 1939. It underwent major renovations in 2015, funded by the generosity of Chris Craig in honor of his parents, Ruth and the Reverend Richard Craig, who served as Peabody administrator for 15 years. The Craig House now serves as the hospitality house for residents and families to enjoy. It also provides overnight lodging facilities for Peabody guests. In 1994, Don and Billy Strauss continued their generosity, joined by Sister Joanne Strauss Crown, and dedicated the new Strauss Center in memory of their parents. The Strauss Center blends the old with the new, as it provides the gracious main entrance to Peabody, enveloping and sheltering the chapel and adding offices, a library, and meeting rooms to the Peabody community. By 2004, a brand new building was constructed in place of the original North House and former skilled care facility. Named the James B. Peabody Inn for Assisted Living and the Health Center, the new structure added 73 assisted living units and 192 nursing room beds. In 2013, the next generation of the Strauss family joined the previous generation, along with other generous souls, in providing funding for the Billie Jane Strauss Wellness Center. The center features the latest equipment for therapy and wellness. More than 85 years after its founding, Peabody Retirement Community continues to meet every requirement for the well-being and happiness of its residents. The mutual love and respect between residents and staff has never waned. And while changes and additions have been made to physical structures and decor in residents' rooms, changes have also occurred in the resident population that Peabody serves. Medical advances and longer, healthier lives now often mean that entering one's retirement years is beginning a new chapter full of opportunities. Peabody's staff ensures that residents enjoy plenty of engaging activities, restaurant-style dining, and spiritual enrichment. However, as people in general live longer lives, depleting personal funds can threaten to limit care for some. Continuing the legacy of generosity that James Peabody started many years ago, a group of concerned citizens gathered in the 80s to solve this problem. Local attorney Al Schlitt spearheaded the effort to begin the Peabody Home Foundation. Its board is an extension of the Peabody Board of Trustees, and the two work together to achieve Peabody's mission. The benevolent foundation raises money needed to do things for the community that aren't included in the regular operating budget or afforded through residents' fees. Special purchases that benefit the community are funded through donations made to the foundation. A portion of the money donated to the foundation is earmarked for the Caring Circle Fund. Established in 1986, this fund helps to provide for residents who have exhausted their financial assets but continue to require the services Peabody provides. Through the generosity of donation and the foundation board, Peabody Retirement Community can enjoy the extras that make retirement living more enjoyable. And the foundation board and trustees are proud of the fact that since Peabody Retirement Community has existed, no resident has ever been asked to leave because of a lack of funds. The enduring commitment that the Peabody family first made to provide gracious service to older adults in a Christian atmosphere is coupled with the community's ongoing visionary leadership and the generosity of many to carry Peabody into the 21st century and beyond in a celebration of the ageless spirit.